Good evening and welcome to MTV's news update for today, December 17, 2021. I'm Sandy Ramotar for our top headlines. PSC said to push the minimum wage. GGMC records increase in mining operations. $434 million more for Amazonian development. And in sport, over 20 powerlifters to contest Senior Powerlifting Championship. Now for the news in details. The Private Sector Commission and the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry have commended the government for tabling the local content bill in the National Assembly. Here is Luan Williams.
The government yesterday laid the long-awaited local content bill in the National Assembly. Chairman of the Private Sector Commission, Paul Chung, said the commission is extremely happy that the bill has been laid after 5 years. According to Chung, this will surely give the private sector more opportunities in the petroleum sector. He said the commission is ready to work along with all sectors and operators to ensure that the sector benefit fully from the legislative framework.
And also work towards developing the skill sets necessary to even increase the percentages as currently existing in this legislation, so that more and more Guyanese individuals and businesses can take advantage of our resources.
Meanwhile, the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry said it is pleased with the government for laying this bill, especially the bill's establishment of the Local Content Secretariat and the Interagency Advisory Committee. According to the Chamber, this will ensure that the private sector continues to benefit from this bill long into the future and is anticipating further improvements and reforms to both the institutional and legislative framework necessary to support the country's development, including the establishment of the Petroleum Commission. The government, before tabling the bill, had consultations with all stakeholders to ensure that the process was inclusive. Minister Barrett had said the legislation was arrived at after extensive consultations with civil society, the private sector, as well as the oil and gas companies operating in Guyana. Luan Williams, for MTV's News Update.
The Private Sector Commission said most businesses have recovered from the coronavirus pandemic and is now in a position to increase the minimum wage for private sector workers to $60,000 from $44,200. More in this report.
The Private Sector Commission has agreed to move forward with plans to increase the national minimum wage from $44,200 to $60,000 and is awaiting the formation of a new tripartite committee to officially communicate its preparedness. Speaking with News Update, Chairman of the Private Sector Commission, Paul Chung, said most businesses are now in a position to pay better wages and salaries to their employees. The proposed increase was pushed back last year due to the businesses having to recover from the coronavirus pandemic.
So, yeah, I think, more and more, businesses are recovering from, because you see more and more places are opening now, and maybe close to, I think there's still curfew, and we still have to, respect what we have to do to protect ourselves. You wear the mask, washing your hands, and stay safe.
However, a handful of small businesses have said that they are not yet in a position to pay out the increase. The PSC head said businesses should view the increase as an investment in their employees, since they play an important role in the development of the business.
So we need, so at the same time, we're supporting the minimum wage. We're calling on the employees also to recognize that they need to also look at ways in which they can improve their service to the organization in which they work.
The proposed increase will first have to be accepted by a tripartite committee formed among the Private Sector Commission, Ministry of Labour and Trade Unions before it is given the green light. Luan Williams for MTV's News Update.
The National Assembly has approved a sum of $7.7 billion for the Ministry of Housing and Water to execute infrastructural works in new and existing housing schemes and the construction of the Eccles to Diamond four-lane highway. Of the $7.7 billion, the sum of $2.7 billion will go towards infrastructural works in new areas, $2 billion for works in existing schemes, $1.9 billion for the Eccles to Diamond four-lane highway, and $521 million for survey works. In just 1 year in office, the government has allocated some 10,000 house lots as compared to 7,534 allocated by the coalition in 5 years. You're watching MTV's News Update. More news on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
The Central Housing and Planning Authority is kindly asking residents living in communities under the management of the department to desist from storing construction materials on roadways and road shoulders. Residents are also being asked not to block roadways or drains with construction materials. According to clauses 12 and 13 of the amended Agreement of Sale of Restrictive Covenants attached to titles issued from 2012, no storage of materials comprising earth, sand, stone, blocks, cements, timber and steel or mixing of concrete shall be permitted on the road or the road shoulders. Any materials on the road or the road shoulders must be cleared within 24 hours of being placed thereon. Residents are reminded that failure to adhere to clauses 12 and 13 will result in a penalty of $10,000 being charged per day of default. A message from the Central Housing and Planning Authority.
You can be a millionaire by only spending $100 on a Daily Million ticket. Simply pick any 5 numbers from 1 to 26, or you can buy a quick pick for your chance to win the Daily Millions. Purchase your tickets daily, Monday through Saturday, to get a chance to win $1 million every day. So, feeling lucky? Then buy a Daily Millions ticket today. Remember, a ticket today could make you rich today.
Christmas is upon us once again. This means new curtains for your home and office. Here at Curtains and Drapery, we stock the widest variety of ready-made curtains, curtain materials, and accessories for your drapery needs, and lots of other household items to make your home comfy and stylish for the holidays. Curtains and Drapery, 110 Regent Street. Telephone numbers 225-2224 and 226-2019.
It's a December to remember at eNetworks. We're giving you the fastest speeds for half the price. Get 20, 250, 675, or 1,000 megs of speed with 50% off installation.
Are you running around looking for construction materials? Well, run down to Lens for affordable, high-quality building supplies. We have the widest range of grade A floor and wall tiles in any shape, size, and designs. And all types of ceramics, porcelain glazed, and full-body porcelain. We stock the largest collection of large format tiles. Check out our porcelain slabs as big as 10 feet by 4.5 feet. Add a bit of elegance with our large range of decorative molding. Our line of PPG paints will give you vibrant colors that won't fade. With our wall and ceiling gypsum system, it's light, durable, and fast. So come down to Lens at 136 Sheriff Street, which is next to Buddy's and Pizza Hut, for that 31 years of Lens quality.
This is MTV's News Update. Welcome back. The Guyana Geology and Mines Commission has recorded an increase in small and medium-scale mining operations this year. More from Rihanna Griffith.
Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat said that the mining sector has been contributing significantly to the economy despite being affected by the recent floods.
As a matter of fact, a large increase in small and medium scale mining activities, and that argues well for our country and our people, because small and medium scale mining is done by Guyanese, and so we would have seen a number of Guyanese going back into mining activities, especially gold mining. Sand mining has increased tremendously because of the infrastructural projects that we have ongoing in the country.
This year has seen an increase of 1,758 small-scale mining operations, when compared to 1,355 for the same period last year. Similarly, there has been an increase in medium-scale operations, with 25 this year compared to a mere 12 last year. Minister Barrett said the government will continue to work to expand operations in the mining sector in the new year. The Geology and Mine Commissions earlier this year distributed 202 medium-scale mining blocks in the Mazaruni, Northwest District and Made areas through a lottery. Reporter for MTV's News Update, Rihanna Griffith.
The Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports will be providing funding to 30 persons to invest in cultural and creative projects for the development and sustainability of Guyana's culture and creative arts sector.
The Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports is inviting interested persons to submit applications for the Ghana Cultural and Creative Industries Grant. The grant is a government initiative aimed at investing in the development and sustainability of Guyana's culture and creative arts sector. The grant will be offered to persons further original cultural and creative industry projects and is worth up to $1 million. Eligible persons must have a project plan that includes a plan for commercialization and sustainability. Some priority areas for consideration include the production and publications across all creative industries, marketing, distribution, and branding of creative products, the procurement of specialized equipment in support of a particular type of creative production, and the research and design of innovative new Guyanese products in the creative industries. Application forms and more guidelines can be found on the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports Facebook page. The deadline for submission of applications is December 26, 2021. Luan Williams for MTV's News Update.
The National Assembly has approved a sum of $434 million, which will allow numerous Amerindian communities to commence a project to better the lives of residents. The money forms part of the Supplementary Appropriation Bill No. 2. Minister of Amerindian Affairs Pauline Sakai said almost $200 million will be directed to projects in hinterland and coastal Amerindian communities. Of the amount approved, a huge portion is going towards the completion of the Tract initiative that will ensure the economies of Amerindian villages expand. As government pursues the development of Amerindians, the minister has already expended its budgeted $1.5 billion for Amerindian development. So far, since entering office, government has reinstated the 2,000 community support officers that were fired by the previous administration, immediately injecting millions into the villages by creating employment. Some 8 villages will also be receiving their land titles and extension of their land boundaries before the year ends. Additionally, hundreds of Amerindians have already been trained to use computers, while others have been certified as tract operators and solar panel installation and repairs technicians. These are just some of the numerous measures government implemented to support Amerindians. More news coming up on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
It happens. Your septic tank is full. All the waste from your toilet goes into your septic tank through the sewage line. When your tank is full, the 2 most common indicators are an overflowing tank and an overflowing toilet. It is recommended that Sevon's Waste Management empty your septic tank every 2 to 3 years to avoid any embarrassment. And before you can say, shh, it's gone. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1156.
It's time to stock up and save big in a massive pre-Christmas sale on Softex tissues. Buy a bale of 24 rolls for only $1,000. That's right, 24 rolls for just $1,000. This deal is only available direct from our factories at Softex Manufacturing, Lot 1228 Eccles Industrial Site. Remember the deal, 1 bale, 24 rolls, $1,000. So hurry and save big before the holidays. For more information, call 622-4197 or 623-4197.
The light on your face, no mask will hide.
Feel the joy burn deep inside.
Let's have a great Christmas this year.
You, me, and Republic Bank, my dear.
Whatever you need, light up your Christmas with Republic Bank and get a chance to win $825,000 in cash prizes. Plus, get a chance to give a family a Christmas hamper in your name. Log on to republicguyana.com for more details. Let's light up Christmas.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you. Fibertech materials are used in a multitude of ways, from repairing and fabrication of auto body, fishing, and household items. We have available various fiberglass mattings, resin, mold releases, brushes, and rollers for all of your repair needs. We offer technical advice and free training to ensure you get the job done. For further information, call us at 220-6907 or 220-9192.
You're tuned to MTV's News Update. Over 1,000 persons have received hospitality training through collaboration between the Ghana Tourism Authority and the tourism industry to boost the provision of services to tourists.
Acting Director of the Guyana Tourism Authority, Kamal Bach, said persons were trained from both the public and private sectors across all the administrative regions.
We had a record-breaking year in terms of the training numbers. Best training figures ever recorded by the Guyana Tourism Authority. We've trained in excess of 1,400 persons. Right? So we've surpassed our target of 1,000 persons, which we set at the start of this year.
He said the training was done in an effort to build a human resource to properly manage the work in the hospitality sector.
A large portion of those trainings were done in the hygiene and sanitation program. But we've not only looked at hygiene and sanitation. I mean, that is a major concern, I understand, right? But we've done training in various areas, including service delivery, right? We've done in guiding, food and beverage, hospitality, events management, first aid and CPR.
He said the training will benefit the tourism sector significantly, as Guyana is expected to see a lot of investment in the hospitality sector next year.
We want to create the skills and have the skills within each region. And that's what we've worked on. And that is another major accomplishment of empowering people, the human resource, the development of the human resource within each region.
More training is expected to be conducted in the new year. Reporter for MTV's News Update, Rihanna Griffiths.
The Global Environment Facility Small Grants Program today signed a memorandum of understanding with the Guyana Marine Conservation to develop management of the Barima Mora mangrove area in Region 1. Here is more.
The project is valued at a sum of US $145,000 and is being undertaken by the Global Environment Facility Small Grants Program. This project will be implemented in Region 1 and is titled Developing Tools for Collaborative Management of the Barima Mora mangrove area. This project will create enabling conditions to empower Region 1 indigenous stakeholders to enhance their environmental stewardship to conserve, monitor, and co-manage the area in collaboration with the relevant government agencies while benefiting from their natural resources. The first call for project concept was opened today and closes on February 28, 2022. Guyanese Registered Civil Society Organizations, CSOs, are invited to submit project concept following the call for project concept guidelines and not exceeding US $50,000 in regards to conservation of threatened ecosystem and species. The GEF-SGP is implemented by the United Nations Development Programme and executed by the United Nations Office for Project Services. The GEF-SGP has invested more than US $941,000 in 24 projects with more than US $925,000 in cash and in-kind co-financing. The project's geographic coverage includes 7 of the 10 administrative regions, 1 to 6 and 9. Under OP7, a total of US $500,000 has been earmarked for SGP Guyana to implement environmental-based projects. Reporter for MTV's News Update, Rihanna Griffith.
Prime Minister Brigadier retired Mark Phillips yesterday led the way for the approval of $13 million in supplementary funding for the National Data Management Authority. The National Data Management Authority is tasked with improving delivery of government services using information and communications technologies while reducing digital inequality by providing access to ICTs in poor and remote communities across Guyana. It also aims to improve interoperability among ministries, government agencies, and commissions. We now take a look at tips for healthy living, brought to you with the kind compliments of Natura's high and low milk powder, distributed by Dabby's Variety.
What does Natura High and Low Milk Powder have? It is fortified with the extra goodness of vitamins A, C, D, E, and K. It is high in calcium, protein, and enriched with folic acid, all of which help to strengthen your immune system. What it doesn't have is fat and cholesterol. Natura High and Low. Healthy can taste good. Available at all leading supermarkets and groceries nationwide. Natura High and Low Milk Powder is not for infants 1 year and under.
Stomach cancer, commonly known as gastric cancer, is an abnormal growth of cells that begins in the stomach and can affect any part of it. Stomach cancer occurs most commonly in persons aged 55 and older, and men are more likely to develop stomach cancer than women. Symptoms of stomach cancer includes nausea and vomiting, difficulty swallowing, heartburn, loss of appetite, weight loss, tiredness, bloating, and vomiting blood in advanced stages. The main causes of stomach cancer are genetic mutation, change in cells of the stomach, which causes the cells to grow rapidly and eventually form a tumor. Several risk factors that increases a person's chances of getting stomach cancer are family history, smoking, obesity, infection from Helicobacter pylori bacteria, a diet high in salt, and a diet that does not include many fruits and vegetables. In the early stages, when the cancer is limited to the uppermost layer of the stomach, the cancer can be removed through an upper endoscopy performed by a gastroenterologist. In this procedure, the tumor is dissected from the rest of the gastric wall and removed through the mouth. Once the tumor invades beyond the superficial layers of the stomach, surgery will be required to remove the stomach and connect the esophagus, the tube through which the food passes, to the small intestines to allow for digestion. Radiation therapy uses high-powered beams of energy to kill cancer cells, whereas chemotherapy uses chemicals to kill the cancer cell. These treatments are generally combined. Severe stage of stomach cancer can be treated through a gastrectomy surgery. There are two stages of this surgery. These are partial gastrectomy surgery. This particular procedure removes part of the stomach. Doctors typically remove lymph nodes and fatty tissues as well to help ensure all the cancer is gone. Whereas the total gastrectomy surgery involves doctors remove the entire stomach surrounding lymph nodes and fatty tissues. There are also several drugs to treat stomach cancer. The treatment of these drugs depends on how severe the cancer is and is decided upon by a doctor after diagnosis. Stomach cancer can be prevented by a limited amount of tobacco and alcohol you use, avoiding smoked and pickled food and salted meats and fish. This can also be prevented by increasing the amount of fresh fruits and vegetable intake, along with eating a lot of grainy food such as pasta and rice.
What does Natura High and Low Milk Powder have? It is fortified with the extra goodness of vitamins A, C, D, E, and K. It is high in calcium, protein, and enriched with folic acid, all of which help to strengthen your immune system. What it doesn't have is fat and cholesterol. Natura High and Low. Healthy can taste good. Available at all leading supermarkets and groceries nationwide. Natura High and Low Milk Powder is not for infants 1 year and under.
The ISG and MTV's Sport Update is next. Stay tuned.
It's that festive time of the year again, and Gaffers will be making Christmas special for more than 100 lucky customers. Shop at any of our 7 complexes countrywide for a chance to win one of 60 power tools, one of 18 microwaves, one of 12 smart televisions, one of 6 complete AC split units, and one of 6 motorcycles. Simply spend $10,000 or more in our retail stores to earn an entry. Drawings take place on the 1st, 10th, and 20th of December. So the more you shop, the more you can win at Gaffers.
Broaden your horizon horizons when thinking about investing long-term. Buying shares in one of the companies traded on the Ghana Stock Exchange allows you to participate in the success of that company. Unlike interest from banks, dividends from shares are tax-free, and profit from any increase in share price does not incur capital gains tax. You can buy shares through a stockbroker. Visit www.gasci.com for details. Shares are freely transferable and can be sold for cash when needed. Invest through the stock exchange. One market, greater returns.
Modern Optical Service has made it even better by introducing its budgeted spectacle line, starting as low as $10,000 for single vision lens and $12,000 for bifocal lens, available in tinted or clear, complete spectacles at affordable prices. So hurry down to our main office at 316 Middle Street or Lot 14 Diamond Public Road opposite Demerara Bank. Enjoy over 60 years of eye care experience at affordable prices. Modern Optical Service, your eye care professionals.
Are you building or renovating your home? Then come to Beeson for a wide range of aluminum and UPVC windows and doors. Get from single hung sash, awning, casement, sliding windows, plus sliding and swinging doors. All our products can be customized and fitted with insect screens and are sealed tight to withstand harsh weather conditions. At Beeson's, we also carry commercial, glass and French doors, showcases, aluminum louvers, curtain walls, aluminum rails, plus sliding and frameless shower doors. So look no further. Visit our showroom today at Lot 1228 Eccles Industrial Site or call 622-4197 or 623-4197. Beeson Windows and Doors, built with pride in Guyana by Guyanese.
Get the right seal right now from Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., your immediate SKF sealing solutions. The SKF Seal Jet Machine is capable of building seals from 5mm to 600mm in diameter in under 5 minutes. With technical support readily available, you can get a customized seal to suit virtually any industrial application, like buffer, rod, wiper, and piston seals. SKF Seal Jet Machine, now at Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc.
In excess of 20 powerlifters are set to compete this Sunday in the Senior National Powerlifting Championships at the St. Stanislaus College. The championship promises a high level of competition, and it is anticipated that records will be broken this weekend by some of Guyana's top senior powerlifters. This is according to Roger Rogers, General Secretary at the Guyana Amateur Powerlifting Federation.
They have brought to the floor for the last two competitions. They're the best. And these are senior lifters. The senior nationals they would be attracted senior lifters who are athletes who have been there, done that, and know how to prepare themselves. So we don't expect any decline in the level of competitiveness.
Rogers also noted that despite the pandemic, local powerlifters have been able to maintain a high level of fitness throughout the year. A number of powerlifters from Berbice are also registered to attend. The female category is also set to display intense competition, with many notable athletes contesting, including Nadina Taharali, who has competed in a number of international events this year.
So we have Salma Haq, who debuted this year, and she has been making her name in our division. We have Keisha Abrigo, who was also been doing exceptionally well since her debut. She broke quite a few records at the last competition. We have our Masters of Veteran Female Athletes, Nadina Taharali. She will be on stage as well on Sunday, and returning on the females, yeah, Shelly Gomes.
The competition will be mainly equipped, although persons will still be allowed to compete in the Classic. There will be a number of trophies and medals awarded for the top lifters in the respective categories. The Federation is still awaiting task force approval for the hosting of the event. Today in volleyball, 23 female volleyball players have been shortlisted by the Guyana Volleyball Federation to form a senior female national volleyball team. These players were selected following a 5-team female volleyball festival at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall earlier this month. Pakuri Warriors emerged as the champion in this tournament. The squad includes 3 players from Pakuri, 7 players from the Castro Strikers, 5 players from the Berbice female team, 4 from Eagles, and 1 each from Lalani, Vanguard, and CCB. Camisa Cruz of Pakuri Warriors, who emerged as the most valuable player and best spiker of the day at the recently concluded tournament, was among those selected. Taya Isaacs of Berbice Females was adjudged most promising player in the tournament and has also been given a spot. The squad will report to the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall on Sunday, December 19, at 9:30 hours for a formal meeting. In football news, the Guyana National Women's Football Association plans to establish a women's football league across the various regions next year. This is in an effort to allow local female footballers more opportunities to play consistently, give them more recognition in the sport, as well as increase the level of play locally among female football teams. This is according to Lawrence Griffith, Vice President of the association.
And we hope to widen the pool of players. So come next year, where we plan to have a league, a countrywide league, we will have more players and more games, more competition. Because the more games, the more competition, the better the players will get.
This will be the second women's league established in Guyana, the first having been created after the Guyana Football Federation noted the success of the Guyana national women's team in 2010. This was when the Lady Jags first made it to the CONCACAF Women's World Cup Qualifying Championship Tournament. Established in 2015, the Always National Women's Development League was expected to serve as a precursor to an expanded official women's league that came to fruition in 2018. The league's inaugural season spanned from October 2018 to March 2019 and featured 49 teams, with games played in Linden, Berbice, Bartica, Madia, Maruka, and Rupununi. The league to be formed next year will see the best talent from across the administrative regions go head-to-head.
Probably like we may have let me say in Region 1, they would have numerous teams, right? So you keep a league up there, and then at the end of these leagues, you have like a kind of champion. Region 9 would have numerous teams, but we can't bring all to Georgetown. So they play between themselves, and we get a winner. Sorry about that. We get a winner from each area. Berbice would have more than one team, and then we will bring them central and have a league.
The Lady Jaguars have now made it to the 2022 CONCACAF Women's Under-17 Championships for the second time. It is scheduled to take place in January 2022. And finally, Australian Open Tournament Director Craig Tiley said players applying for a medical exemption to participate in the Grand Slam without being vaccinated against COVID-19 will have their case reviewed by an independent 3-person panel. This is according to Reuters. Tennis Australia noted that the panel would consist of doctors from the fields of immunology, infectious disease, and general practice. Applicants that pass an initial stage will be subjected to a second review conducted by a government-appointed panel of medical experts before the application is submitted to the Australian Immunization Register. All submissions will be confidential. Tiley had previously said all players must be inoculated against the virus, throwing defending champion Novak Djokovic's participation into doubt as he has yet to disclose his vaccination status. The Melbourne Park Tournament, the first Grand Slam of the year, is due to begin on January 17th. For MTV Sports Update, Jessica Calendar.
That brings us to the end of Sport Update, which was brought to you with the kind compliments of ISG. More after the break.
Welcome to Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., Guyana's sole distributor of NP and Ultra lubricants, SKF bearings, seal and belts, international trucks and parts, and Napa batteries. With a bond capacity of 30,000 square foot, we offer superior brands at affordable prices and the best after-sales service. ISG supplies sustainable integrated solutions to make your business a growing success. Visit us at our new main office at Lot 4Q Peters Hall, ISG. the best opportunity to make the right choice.
And that brings down the curtain on tonight's newscast. But before we go, here's a reminder of our top stories. PSC set to push minimum wage. GGMC records increase in mining operations. $434 million more for Amazonian development. And in sport, over 20 powerlifters to contest the senior powerlifting championship. Catch our rebroadcast tomorrow at 6 hours 30. Don't forget to like our Facebook page where the news can be viewed live at 19 hours 30. On behalf of our news and technical teams, Sandy Ramutar saying stay safe and goodbye for now.